All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of the Pitch and Putt Podcast. I'm here with Brian Velasquez, Will Efkeman, and Nolan Snyder. We came here to do this podcast to talk about our golf experiences along the years, talk about some pressing topics in golf, and cover the PGA Tour, what's going on, who's playing well, and make some predictions along the way. So I'll shoot it over to Brian Velasquez to talk about a little bit more about our podcast and what we're trying to do.
Yeah. So we wanted to come together today and just really jump on a platform for us to share our golf experiences. We've all been playing golf since we were young, and we want to create a platform to be able to share our experiences, be able to comment, and kind of take a look at the PGA Tour, while also having a survivor pool. You can check our link. Feel free to join us. We'll have a guest on every week. They'll be making their pick, and feel free to join us over there. If you select the winner each week, you'll be able to join us for a select interview for future video. We'll also have Joey Shushock here with us. He's the fifth member of the podcast. He couldn't be here this week, but he'll have a little section. He's a registered nurse. So he's got some tough hours, but he'll be helping stretch out the boys. We'll be providing some content for us, make sure the boys stay nice and limber, and keep our joints ready to roll. So we're going to work into the PGA Tour now. Nick's going to give us a little bit of background on what happened last week at the American Express in California. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, so for the around the tour report, we had Hudson Swafford winning for the second time at the American Express. His second career win, and also his second time at the American Express. So pretty big win for him. Sets up the year for him, and looking forward to seeing him do some great things in the upcoming weeks. So
he's a Georgia boy,
and then he is, yeah. Good to see the Georgia guys winning, especially the football team. So also rounding out the top 10, we had Patrick Cantlay in ninth, Francesco Molinari in sixth, and Will Zalatoris also in sixth. So some big names playing early on in the season. You love to see it, and looking forward to a good week.
Willpower, baby, willpower.
Torrey Pines also. And a little brief update across the pond in Europe. We had Thomas Peters winning for the sixth time in his career. An Illinois boy, one of my favorite players. And a couple of notables. Victor Dubuisson. Good to see him back in the top five. It's been quite a long time for him. Also, Tyrrell Hatton in the top 10 and Rory McIlroy in 12th place. So, like I said, great to see some big names playing early on in the season. And we'll head over to Will to talk about Torrey Pines this week.
All right, yeah. So PGA Tour makes their stop this week in the beautiful city of San Diego. Should be plenty of sunshine there. Of course, Torrey Pines is by Farmers. Last year hosts the U.S. Open, and previous champ Patrick Reed. So yeah, really looking forward to this week. Definitely should be one of the harder tests on tour for sure. And yeah, we'll jump it right into.
I don't think it's a bomber's paradise. You think? I feel like some of the players out there they think they could spray it, but is the bomber's paradise term really still valid?
Maybe a little bit. I mean, there definitely favors like Bryson for sure. I would definitely say they're gonna grow the rough up. They're gonna. I don't know how long it played for the U.S. Open, but I believe it was close to like 78, 79. It had to be like pretty long. So, I mean, you can find the fairway,
Yeah.
7,800 yards in the U.S. Open. So, I mean, it's definitely long.
Fact check.
I would say, though, yeah, you know me. But I would say it's a little more, you could say bombers now, even more so than the U.S. Open, because I doubt they're going to do, for a normal PGA Tour event, they're probably not going to get the crazy rough going. Probably not so much of that. So if you can rip it down there at that yardage, if they do play it that long, you'll be in even better shape than they were at the U.S. Open.
The scores are never like that high in this tournament in general, from what I always remember. Like, I believe the cut's always around like 3 under.
Yeah,
and that
say 1 or 2 under.
For a normal tour event, that's really low.
Also, with the North Course being a factor too, it
definitely
improves the scoring. You got to take advantage of the North Course for sure.
I always forget they go back and forth there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not back and forth, but you play the first.
All right. So I think we'll introduce, and so we'll go to our starting picks for this week. We of course got a survivor pool. We'll kick it to Brian for his pick of the week.
Yeah, so feel free to join us on the pool. This is our first week breaking out, and I'm really going to take things by the horns. And he's got new shoes this week. If you didn't see him on, it's fashion, bro. You got to understand, you got to work it all in. And when you hit it that far, it is a bummer's paradise. So I'm going with Brooks. He's been a little cold recently. Not a great finish. Getting ready to roll here in his 2020 debut. And I like Brooks, but we'll see. I'm gonna pass it back to Will. See who wants.
Yeah, so I got an interesting pick this week. I'm trying to start my survivor pool on the low side. So trying to stay kind of the big names towards the end, or maybe save them towards the majors. So this week I got Mackenzie Hughes, first start of the year. Last competition was at the RSM where he finished second, and then the Houston Open where he finished 29th, and then fourth at the Zozo. So he's playing pretty good golf. Hopefully he can continue it into the year. And he's been playing pretty good golf, and you know what? We're gonna ride him.
I can't wait for our picks. I can't wait for the end of the week. We're gonna come on here in the next week, and well, why did I pick him? But what? We're just gonna be appalled on why we pick these people. But
I do know he is Canadian, though. I don't know if that plays a factor into anything, but I do know he is Canadian.
Crazy Canadians.
Kick it to Nolan.
Yeah, so kind of along the same lines, I was trying to think of guys I definitely wanted to pick for majors. So I wasn't going to use them and things like that, but still going with some bigger name that I trusted to get me off to a good start. And this was entirely it was, what's the word I'm looking for? I was influenced by the fact that JT put up an Instagram post yesterday. So he got me all hype. Looked like he was happy to be there. I like JT a lot. I don't have him in a major this year, but I think he's primed to kind of have a big year, and I think he kind of starts it off on the right foot. You know, I have absolutely zero evidence to back up that he plays well there, but I'm kind of just throwing a dart at him. I know he's a high-ranked player. You know, I love JT, so just something to root for me, something to get me excited. So that's all I got for him.
Yeah, so I'm kind of going with the Will strategy, going with a little off the radar type of guy, saving my big guns for later on in the season. Going with Lanto Griffin, 2 top 10s this year, coming off of a 4th place last week at the American Express. A pretty straight hitter, good ball striker. I think this course suits him pretty well. And he also has 2 top 10s in this tournament in the past, so he has some familiarity with the course, and I think it's gonna be a good start for me. I think at least a made cut and probably like a top 15 from Lanto. Gryffindor. So we'll see what he can do for me.
Lock it in.
all right, guys, the Pitch and Putt Podcast. Our next segment, we're going to be making our major predictions. We're going to get these out of the way here before we get to April, and we get the beautiful sound of ESPN with our beautiful little ringtone. Do do do. We just need to get to April. February is one of those months where it kind of drags along, but we're going to start with the Masters pick. We got a little bit towards the Masters, but definitely the most exciting one. I'm going to start us off here, and I left this blank. I've got everything else filled out, and I'm going to make the spot while I'm sorting here through, but I'm going to take one of my favorites, young gun, Sungjae Im. Sungjae, if you didn't see the highlight, he hit like a 3-wood off a downhill lie to like 3 feet. And Sungjae, it's one of my favorites on tour. Every week I'm looking out for him. If you don't follow the Sungjae tracker on Twitter, you get every update. So always got to stay up to date with Sungjae Im on what he's up to week. We're going to pass it over to Nick for his Masters prediction.
Brian, do you think Im playing every single event before the Masters is going to
I
play
love
any
that.
factor?
No, I love hard work, dedication, and getting out there and making putts. You know, that's what you got to do. You got to find it and you got to hit it again. So it's a simple game. Sung Jae is one of those who has a hard work ethic like myself, and we work the hours that we need to. And when it's time to turn the lights off and go to bed, Sung Jae does that. So what can I say? He's due. He's a young kid. He hits the ball a mile and he makes putts, and that's all you really need to do. So
Mr. Starts for sure.
I wanted to save him. He really loves the Florida swing, and I want to hold back and not take him here now. But I'm gonna go ahead and take my Masters pick for Sung Jae.
I can go ahead with my pick. My favorite player, Jordan Spieth. He's definitely loves the Masters. We all remember the choke with Danny Willett, but I think he's got his head in the right space now with a win last season, a good finish in the Masters last year. And I look forward to seeing him back in the winner's circle for a major. So that's my pick, and shoot it over to Nolan, who I think might have the same idea as me.
Yeah, I mean, are we cool to like repeat?
Oh yeah. Hey, they're your picks.
Oh yeah.
I've been hyped thinking about Spieth playing in the Masters ever since he got his win last year, and just like felt like he was back on track a little bit. He's been a staple of the Masters since I've been like a true adult with rooting interest. I mean, obviously you're back 12, 13, 14, whatever, you're excited to watch. But, since I've been like out of high school, even on times where you feel like he doesn't have his A game or whatever, you look on Sunday and he's only, he might not be in contention, but he's, backdoor in the top 10. And kind of along the lines like Tiger says, he trusts that he could win the Augusta with his B game. He doesn't always have to have his A game. He wins it with his mind. I feel like that's something Spieth has done there, where even when his game isn't at its absolute peak, he can compete. And with his game, where I feel toward the end of last year was trending to peaking, combined with, his experience there and everything, I think that's why he's my go-to there. So, we got Will for the Masters left?
Yes, we do. Now listen, no one loves the Masters more than this guy. So when I say I'm making my pick with passion, I really am making my pick with passion here. So my pick is going to be a spring breaker of Jordan Spieth back in, shout out spring break 2016, 2017. Justin Thomas. He is due beyond due for a major. I think this year he finally gets it done. Always played pretty good at the Masters. I think he has one missed cut since he's played, but overall he's played pretty dang good. And I just have confidence in him that he's going to get it done this year. Always putts pretty good. Always been a good putter of the ball. And that's really important out there. Beautiful. Especially. So yeah, I think he gets it done this year.
Yeah, I think this 2022 season is, no stone left unturned. I feel like these players are just going to keep showing us out on Sunday night or for, Sunday afternoon for, just good golf. It's been a shootout up till now in the few tournaments that we've had, but, it's definitely exciting as we get into major season. But next up on the schedule, we'd have the PGA. I want to say it's in Oklahoma.
It's Southern Dunes. I mean, not Southern Dunes. Southern
Hills.
Yeah, Southern Hills. There we
Oklahoma. Go. Yeah. So they'll head out there. I'm gonna take one of those, another player, young Ryder Cupper. Did well. Beating the Euros. So I'm gonna take Scotty Scheffler. He's one that fits the PGA mold. I think he checks all the boxes. To see himself here. As a legend on the PGA Tour. So I like Scotty. We'll see what the rest of the guys think. We'll probably have Nolan hit Spieth for every column just so he can hit one of them when Spieth wins a major this year. Ain't that right?
Yeah, I'm ready to roll. I'm going with my boy X, Xander Schauffele. This man is probably the most overdue player for a major. Obviously played well last year, played pretty well in the Ryder Cup. I look forward to seeing him win at least twice this season, and definitely at the PGA, getting his first major championship. And I'll shoot it over to Nolan again. See what he's got to say.
Yeah, was going back and forth on which one I wanted to choose from. And I think Morikawa gets another one this year, somewhere along the lines. I mean, I think he just strikes the ball so good. You always hear like the majors, there's really only a few people that can win. I feel like he's always going to be around. So I'm going to take him to win the PGA there. I couldn't commit to him on either of the other two. My feet, and we'll get to why. But we'll go with the PGA for him. Will, what do you got at the PGA?
All right, so person near and dear to my heart. I think he finally gets his first major win after everything that he's been through. One would potentially call him a choker, but we're not using that term around here. So I want to shout out Big Tony Finau. I think he gets it. I think he gets a major in this year. I just think the PGA might set up for him a little bit better. I know that course was recently redone by Hans for their members, so I think that maybe a little bit wider fairways. Not saying that Tony is the most accurate off the tee, but definitely, course is definitely going to be a bomber's paradise. I don't know the last time a tournament has been held at this course, so I think that no little like course knowledge is going to be a factor. So I think that's going to be even playing field when it comes to that. So I don't know, just kind of like Tony that week.
Yeah. All righty. Let's see. We're gonna head to the U.S. Open. Depending on where she is at.
The Country Club in Mass.
Brooklyn,
Boston.
baby. Brookline.
Yeah. Shout out Francis.
Oh, what a movie! Best golf
Yeah,
movie in my
absolutely.
opinion.
Right after my birthday too. So for the U.S. Open, I've never heard. I'm gonna take this kid. He in his last year he had T2 at the Masters, top 6 at the U.S. Open. Based off those two stats, you probably couldn't tell me who it is. But I'm gonna go with Will Zalatoris. Zalatoris out of Wake Forest. I will take I'll take the dog. He fits the build, as they say, for U.S. Open. But Dave Portnoy is going to be my U.S. champion.
Fair enough. Do you know about like Decade Golf and how Will plays?
No, I've never dove into.
It's so analytical, isn't it?
What is this?
Yeah, it's called Decade Golf. His coach wrote a book called Decade Golf, or some sort of teaching tool that's like basically no matter what the instance is, you always play conservative. Like if you're even slightly concerned, like you just hit what can go in the middle of the fairway, and then from there you just aim right at the middle of the green, no matter where the pin's at, even if it like fits your eye to attack it. Like Will said in the Masters last year, I think he said it was on 13. He hit a ball to like 18 inches and made eagle. He said he mishit it by 25 feet. Like he hit it 25 feet offline. And he's like, it looked great. And he's like, but that's kind of the beauty in it. Like you're going to miss hit shots. You're going to do this. Yeah. You just aim at the middle. And like 50% of your mishits are great and 50% of your mishits are bad, but they're not bad enough to where you miss the green. They're bad enough that like, so like that's everything he does. I mean, I don't know the details, but I think it's interesting. I like him a lot for that reason. I feel like he's always going to be around. But with that said, he worries me on like you do get those weeks where like, you watch someone come down the stretch and they're just like knocking it stiff the whole back nine or something, or striping it, taking the driver out when you don't have to, doing crazy stuff like that. Like, Morikawa wins the PGA by hitting a driver to 6 feet, and Zalatoris is probably hitting iron off that tee. Like,
yeah,
to win a major, you got to do a little bit of stuff to separate yourself. So I love him. I think he's fun to watch, but it's just a unique thing. It'll be interesting to see if that does take him over the top eventually.
He's got to get his putting within 6 feet handled, though. That's for sure.
Definitely.
I mean, that clip that went viral of him, hitting the putter, almost whiffing that putt. I mean, that went viral. But overall, got to stick out for the Wills. So, good pick. Guess we'll throw that into me, right?
Yeah, let's see. What do you got? What do you got to say?
So, U.S. Open. I think Nolan already kind of touched on this. I think Colin Morikawa gets another major this year. I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen in the U.S. Open this year. Like I said, it's kind of a similar situation. No one really, I don't remember the last time a tournament has been held at this course, like ever since like maybe we've been alive. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, pretty nice course. I think it's ranked top 30 in the U.S. Yes, it should be a pretty good test of golf. And who's better than test of golf than Colin Morikawa? So there you go. Best iron player on tour. Lock him in.
I'm going with a guy who had his heart broken last year. Actually, broke someone's heart last year in the U.S. Open. I think he's going to go back to back. Mr. John Rahm.
You're killing me, Nick. You're
Johnny.
killing me.
I mean, great minds
You
think
got to
alike.
switch the order at the British because you're crushing my heart.
There's no chance you take my British pick, but yeah, I like John Rahm. I think the clip of him last week at the American Express was pretty funny with him complaining about the conditions. I think he really plays well in tougher conditions. You always see his name towards the top in these bigger tournaments, and yeah, look forward to seeing him win again. Great guy, and good to see him starting to win some bigger tournaments. So swing it to Nolan.
Yeah, so obviously I think we've already figured out I'm going to take John Rahm as well. Like I said, we'd touch on later. I feel like he's going to repeat, and I wanted Morikawa with the British. I kept going back and forth on where I take Morikawa, but I feel like 2 repeats, just, the storyline doesn't make sense, right? I mean, you just think about what it's going to look like. So that's why I took Morikawa early. There's a year between his PGAs, so it's not quite back to back. And then I was going to take Rahm here, so I'll stick with it. I just think he's so good. He's just too good of a player to. I mean, last year, he gets 5 wins, I think, something around those. And the Memorial isn't one of them that he had a 6-shot lead and whatever. So, I just think he's too good not to win one. So I mean, that's all I got there. I just think it's a safe pick, so I'm gonna stick him there.
Love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, U.S. Open is probably one of my favorites. The Masters is always like the one that you can't really get to. I feel like the Masters or the PGA or the U.S. Open are the most like viable of traveling to or going to. But we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna go across the pond, headed to Royal
St. Andrews.
Yeah,
St. Andrews.
Yeah.
England? Scotland. England.
Scotland.
Yeah. But
I will say it's pretty common to bring out. I mean, you say Royal over there. I mean, it's probably at a Royal course.
probably
Yeah,
at one of them.
that is
If you say
true.
Royal,
Yeah.
I mean, how many does that really includes? I'm gonna take the guy mainly because I watched this episode today of his house tour. I did have a high review of his cars, and he's got GTR and a very nice collection. Feel free to watch his house tour, but I'm gonna take Cam Smith. I want the luscious locks, the lettuce. I want all of it. I'm buying Cam Smith for the season. He's a ball hitter. He makes putts. You just got to go in and go out. It's a simple game. That's going to be my motto here for the podcast. Simple game. I like Cam Smith here to get it done for the British. Well, you guys like Cam Smith? Is he on your list? Anybody? Are we matching picks? No? Well,
I don't have him on my list.
Not on
I
mine.
have him on my list, but now that you mention him, I might have to throw him on my list. He flies under that radar, but
yeah, he does.
ever
He's like a
s- I
Mark
mean, he li-
Leishman or a Kuchar now that they fly top 5 until Sunday. They go out and shoot 65, 64 on Sunday, and they fly home the next
Yeah.
night.
Very true. Very true.
All right, Willie, who are you thinking for this coming British Open?
All right, so this one's kind of a tough one. I'm just trying to figure out like past data. Just kind of think about the old course. Most of the old courses, double wide fairways, kind of hit it wherever, but course setup kind of depends on, which side of the fairway you want to be on. So, yeah, it's always a good course to watch golf. At 6 a.m., I will say that's the best thing about this tournament. Also, shout out to East Coast, Eastern time zone.
4 a.m. 4 a.m.
I guess it is 4 a.m. I don't know. Most of the time I just wake up at 6 a.m. to watch it. But
Respect.
I'm gonna go with Brooks. I think Brooks gets I don't really know why I'm feeling that pick, but I feel like he's just due for major, especially across the pond. He wasn't really too fond of last year's course. I remember that through some of his comments, I believe. But yeah, so I don't know. I just think he gets it done.
All right. Well, let's.
That's my catchphrase. I just think he gets it done.
Brooksy. All righty. Well, let's watch Nick take Bryson. Nick,
I want to hear Nolan first before I pick. I want to hear what he says.
He's like,
so this doesn't make a ton of sense. I'm kind of an idiot, but I just feel like, okay, I really want to pick Tiger so bad, but I honestly, I know everything's like, oh, it's the last one, it's the flattest course. I just want to pick him, but I can't. Okay, I just got to be realistic here. I just don't think he's going to do it. I don't think he'll be healthy enough, no matter what we saw the other day, or I guess it was a couple months ago by now. But and part of me wants to go Spieth, but I just can't commit. That. I just can't commit. I like Spieth a lot. Obviously, he's one of my favorite to watch, and the old course, one of those courses where if you just putt well and you can hit it straight, you don't have to do anything fancy. I mean, they're talking about it already being almost obsolete because of that. But I'm gonna take a complete shot in the dark. I feel like the British Open has led to some random winners in its past, so I'm looking more like good putters. And I know he's a top 15 putter on tour, or was to finish 2021. So I'm just gonna say Harris English. Super random.
Wow.
I don't have a long list of reasons, but I know, he had a great year last year. He putted great. And I just feel like, I don't know. I don't
stars
see,
align.
Yeah, I don't see one of those big stars, big name guys just overpowering it. And it's one of those things too, if the weather shows itself once or twice, you just get a guy that can hit it straight and putt well and see what happens. So super random, just kind of wanted to be outside the box a little bit, and so there we are.
No way Nick has Harris English. Way.
I think didn't Spieth finish in 2015 major there? Didn't he finish second?
He came in fourth because there was a 3-way playoff, I think. But yeah, he was one shot.
Something like that. I remember him being right up there.
Yeah, I think he was one shot out of the playoff when Zach Johnson won.
Yeah.
So I mean that proves the point to Nolan. I mean, a lot of random winners, like when Louis Oosthuizen won there, that was pretty random at the time. But
yeah, Shane Lowry just won one the other day, or not the other day, I guess, a couple years ago.
Yeah,
Stenson got the one in between Zach Johnson and Spieth.
Molinari
was super hot that year when he won it, but still, you look in history, and a lot of people will be like, "Who the hell's that guy?" He had 2 years he was hot, but I don't know that he has a Hall of Fame career. So I just feel like I said, you putt and hit it straight and get the good draw of weather. Anything could happen.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going off the beaten path a little bit, not too far. A European again, second European pick in a row for me. A guy who loves the course. He said it's his favorite course in the world, so I think that's definitely plays a factor in my pick. Luscious locks as well, Brian. Tommy Fleetwood. Tommy Fleetwood.
He gets it done finally.
Wow.
He I think he's due for a breakout year. Hopefully plays well early in the season to get the game in good shape. But yeah, I think he's due. A lot of people don't talk about him anymore. I think he's kind of fallen a little bit, but I think he definitely has it in him, and he just gotta string it together for 4 days. So that's my pick, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think those are some solid picks across the board. Insider news: we just did get Shoeshock's picks here for the majors. He's taking Morikawa for the Masters. He will take JT for the PGA, Xander for the U.S. Open, and Hovland. Victor Hovland.
Wow.
I like
I
that
actually
pick a
like
lot.
that pick.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Yeah.
I like
Okay.
it.
I like those
yeah.
picks. Yeah.
We'll keep those floating for you. We're gonna bring them around and have them. We'll probably do like a major special and have a little extra long talk about who we like for the
Definitely be
Masters
able to bring
week.
those up.
Yeah.
Definitely be able to bring those up when all our picks miss the cut.
Alrighty,
Back.
and on to our next segment, the Tuesday game in Dallas, Texas. Our fellow host Brian Velasquez just claimed victory today in the season-long points race. Ended in a match play playoff system, and yeah, Brian, we'll throw it over to you to talk about
absolutely.
the championship first, and then we can go through the format and everything.
Absolutely. So we were in the season 2 of the Tuesday game. This season's format was a 6-hole scramble, 6-hole shamble, and 6-hole alternate shot. So 2-man game, 18 holes, $20 buy-in, kind of 5 for each winner, and then skins as well. So at the end of each week, so every Tuesday there'd be points for first, second, third, and fourth. Even if you're on a 2-man team, you each got both of those points. But they were top 4 at the end. And so I was the 4 seed. I played the 1 seed. 2 played 3. And then I ended up playing the 2 seed in the finals. So the first match I played commissioner. He's the pro, Clay Winnell. I was 0. So I was got 2 there. And then, so I was, then playing Pinky there in the final round. He's a 14 handicap, and I'm a 2 at the Golf Club of Dallas. It's a great little course. Kind of fits the pitch and putt kind of lifestyle that we have here. Just a public course. It's great to be able to go out there for $28 and ride 18. But the match was good. It was going back and forth. Those shots were kind of haunting me. I knew I had to stick to the game at the par 3s. And I was kind of chatting with Nick about kind of what my plan of action should be. And we had talked about just going out and playing golf. It's situational. You got to play a whole match. Play is different than, anything we've ever played. We've played in leagues and we've played in tournaments here, but not to that, the format, of match play, but the scramble, shamble, alternate shot. So in the single version, it's kind of different. You do hit 2 shots on the scramble all the way around like you would if you were 2 people. In the shamble, if you were to hit a second shot, you have to play that. And you can only hit 1 putt. And then the alternate shot, you just play your own ball. So it was a good match. I got the scorecard here. Had a couple birdies early on to keep me as AS through 4. Had a couple bogeys on 7, 8, and 9 to get to 2 down on 10T, and then was able to claw back on 10 and 11 to get to even again on 13. Lost 14, the par 5, had a kind of a make or break shot, and kind of a match play. You learn that pretty quickly. Got to even again on 15, and then I knew standing on the first tee, if I could have it within reach, standing on 16T, drivable par 4, 17's about a 150-yard par 3, and then 18's about a 440-yard par 4. So came to it in 14 handicaps. So I knew I kind of just had to go the distance, but it's a good match. What do you guys got for me?
Yeah, so first of all, I'd just like to say congratulations.
Thank you.
1.
It feels good. Should I get it? Should I put it on? Should we have?
I think you
gotta get
let's
it.
go grab it.
Well,
Absolutely.
yeah, let's see it.
I mean, it fits well. It's a little on the tighter side, but it needs some tailoring. But
You telling me they didn't give you your jacket size? They didn't ask for your jacket size before you won?
No, they should have. I mean, they knew I was gonna win, but it's very nice. It's got the logo. Oh, got the logo right here of season 2. It's a little bare, but yeah, it's nice. It feels good to be a champion of something. I never had a winning putt like that. and I had the winning putt on 17, had about an 8-footer down the hill, and it's fun. I never thought I'd join a league like that, but I was just out, at the golf club of Dallas playing on Saturday, and I heard about it. So it's fun league. The guys there are real nice. Be able to kind of take me under their wing and have me for a Tuesday league. It's great in the summer. We play like 3:30. We play till dark. It's awesome.
Nice. What's kind of going through your mind on that downhill 8-footer to win? What's kind of walk us through that process?
Absolutely. I have the video. I take a long look at it because I knew he was in. He had like a tap in for his 4, and I had a bunker shot to about that 8 feet, but I knew it broke. I really just kind of wanted to tap it, but I didn't want to leave it short. I did want to give it a run and try to hammer it home, and gave myself about 4 feet coming back. So I'll play the videos kind of over it, but you can kind of see my knees are shaking. So it's a, you got a 4, 8-foot or whatever you got, even if it's 30 feet downhill. Speed is, the number one key. Who cares about direction? Definitely just gotta, make sure you don't have that 4-footer coming back. But was able to capitalize on 18 with a good one.
Damn right. Love to hear it. All right, BV. So for our audience out there, like, man, like, I really want to be in BV's shoes, like this day. Like, you worked so hard to get to this moment. Our viewers are listening. What do they want to? How can they get that nice jacket of yours? Like,
well,
one day.
I'm sure there are not many people listening to us right now on our first one, but if you're listening right now and you want to join us, come out to Dallas, Texas. We play on Tuesdays. Season 3 starts not this coming Tuesday, but the following Tuesday, the 8th of February at the Golf Club of Dallas. We play at roughly 2:30 to 2:30, depending on sunlight. We're starting to get some more daylight down here, but it's beautiful. It's able to play today. It's about 65 degrees, and we play every Tuesday. It's fun. It's so if you can't play, you can't play, but it's great to have a little partner event and get out there and play golf. It's what we love to do.
Yeah.
BV, how does the season-long points race work leading up to the playoffs? Like, how are points awarded?
Yeah, so they're the breakdowns for each week. If you win, you get 7. If you get second, you get 4, and if you're in third, you get 3. And then every so many sessions there's a major, so there'll be 4 majors technically in a for each quarter. And then those, if you win the major, you get double points, and then the additional 10-point bonus. It's really complicated,
Gotcha.
but the commission takes a great job. He's got all the spreadsheets, and he keeps us updated on kind of a Instagram post with kind of a weekly update. He's a content man himself, so he's always recording, and I'm sure he'll have a video of our match today. But I'll tell you what, this white jacket, it just feels good on you. It's just a white jacket. You might have worn one to prom or homecoming. Quality's great. It fits well. It's a little snug.
Anytime soon.
I was thinking about it. I think someone would hurt me. If you see someone wearing a white jacket, like, who's this guy think he is?
You get to keep it?
Oh, absolutely.
So
I'm now it's all mine. It's a fun league. We go out there and you hit it, find it again. It's a simple game.
Absolutely.
What's your go-to shot under the pressure?
Do you want to talk about 17? It was a 152-yard par 3 up the hill. I was probably playing probably close to a 65
that, 7-iron for you?
Yeah, 7-iron. You wish. I hit 9. I came up short. I was probably playing closer to 162. I probably could have hit 8 and got away with it, but it was pretty windy today. Yeah, that's what I hit. I just try to hit the draw.
Adrenaline was
make
pumping.
good contact. Yeah, no, it was firing. Even on some of the chips, I had a bunker shot on 17, and then on 18, I had about a 30, 40-yard chip, hit it about 5 feet. So it was good. It was fun.
The rest was history.
Yeah, it was pretty stress-free too. Like I got myself in trouble a few times, and the nice thing about the league is it's all about like leisure and about like having a good time.
Yeah, that's
So
nice.
it's the putter is your gimme length. So good thing Adam Scott's not in our league with his broomstick. And you get a throw. You get one flat-footed throw, so you can't like crow hop one, or you just kind of. I was in trouble today on 12, and just kind of popped it out, allowed myself to have a shot, because before then I didn't have one. So it's light, it's fun. It's all about leisure.
Grinding a match play when you're down is the worst.
Yeah, no, it
trying
was
to come back, and then you're spraying all over the place.
I lost the first hole, tied the next hole, but I could have played better. There's a couple of putting mistakes, and then a couple just course management plays that came down on 7, 8, and 9. But other than that, it feels good to come out victorious and share the win here with you guys.
Hell yeah.
Damn right. First, so this segment we're gonna do kicking off a first pitch and putt course of the week. We're just gonna highlight the course of the week, and this course is really near and dear to some of our hearts. Up in Youngstown, Ohio, Knoll Run. So with that, I'll kick it away to the rest of the guys on the host, and I'm gonna talk about this playground of theirs.
Yeah,
it's a real shame that Shoe Shock's not on this one.
I think he's the biggest advocate. He should be on the sign.
They actually just put a picture of his face on the front of the scorecard. He's like an honorary full-time member there. Him and the old man just chronically addicted to playing Knoll Run. Doesn't matter when or where they're at Knoll Run.
But yeah, it's one of those courses that's reliable. It's got a great layout. We played it for high school golf, and we were using the back 9 as matches, but we had tryouts on full 18, and we played in the league there too. And it scrambles are there. We can go on and on about how we've lost scrambles there, how we've chipped in and won scrambles there. Nick, let me hear your favorite memory from Knoll Run. We have a lot. We've got a couple scramble wins, a couple that stick out in my mind. We do have I think we won the league when we played that week. Didn't we win a bunch of money?
Yeah,
us?
we did.
We're a good duo.
It's always taking that money on the course.
Yeah, if
always.
We'll take your money, call us.
I think my favorite moment, we didn't end up winning the scramble, but I think it was me, Nolan, Brian, and our good friend Lauren Dickinson. And the 16th hole, I think Brian or Nolan hit a pretty good drive up the middle, had about 95 yards to a back pin, and I threw one about 3 feet behind it and spun it in. We were going crazy. So one of the many iconic moments in Knoll Run, many great scramble memories, and really enjoy hanging out at the Double Eagle now, the new bar there.
Yeah,
really,
absolutely.
Really nice spot. Oh yeah.
I'm sure as we continue and get through episodes, we'll come to learn that Nick Bradich is the king of just the most random shot in a scramble that is unbelievable. Whether it's a 50-foot putt or a driven green that just has no business being driven, or a holdout shot, he's absolutely he does it at the highest clip and I play in a lot of scrambles. So whether he's on my team or not, you can hear the roar if you're not on his team, and when you're on his team, it's always nice because it's coming somewhere.
Appreciate that.
You knew it's due. He's just you just gotta say, Nick's the anchor normally in our scramble, and you just gotta tell him he's due, and he'll do it.
Yeah, definitely a big scramble guy. We'll touch on some more courses in Youngstown, Columbus, Cincinnati that we played in scrambles, tournaments, or just for fun. But yeah, looking forward to talking about some of our favorite courses in this segment, and Knoll Run's a great place to start. I definitely wish Joe was on the pod tonight, but
yeah, we'll have to have him record his take of what he thinks of Knoll Run, and I'm sure we can kind of go on for days and days here. But one story that sticks out about me, we're playing a match against Hallen High School, and we had then beat them after everything was totaled up and everything was done. The Hallen golf team did a bunch of push-ups in front of us after their loss. So I was a king of shooting 39 on that back nine as my average. So that's probably what I shot, and feels good to watch someone else do some calisthenics.
The front nine there, pretty quirky.
Yeah, the front nine's a lot easier.
Okay, there you
Front
go.
nine's gettable. The first couple holes are kind of drivable, but back nine's tree lined. Greens are all front to back slope. No bunkers at Knoll Run. One of the keys there.
Really?
A couple water
Yeah.
features.
Couple
But
bonds.
yeah, it's all kind of built within its property. No kind of crazy redans or anything like that, unless you want to talk about 12 green. If we want to talk
Yeah.
about the restorations to 12 green, you can almost bring up the restorations to 9 green at the Lake Club. Can we just go back to what it was? Like
The worst ever. It's the worst ever.
course renovations
Don't get me
across
started on
Youngstown need to be done better, because the 10-foot sidewalks at Mill Creek, no bunkers at Knoll Run and the plastic lip. But hey, who we complaining? It's another course like that, like Golf Club of Dallas, one that you can you'll have a great time with, and always can come for some good fun afterwards.
But yeah, that'll conclude our first episode of the Pitch and Putt podcast. Really enjoyed speaking with you guys, talking about our predictions of the year and talking about a little bit of Knoll Run and PGA Tour. So looking forward to
absolutely.
many more, and also having a few guests on. So please reach out and DM us or comment on our post and let us know if you want to hear us talk about something or hop on the pod with us. So we'd be happy to hear from you guys.
Let us know what you think. Feel free to shoot us your opinion. We need it now here on these first couple episodes while we get the kinks worked out. Feel free to watch us wherever you find podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Feel free to follow us on social media, and we'll be following here for the Survivor Pool each week. We'll have the results and potentially have if your pick wins that week, we'll have you on. It's been a pleasure, boys. First episode of Pitch and Putt Podcast in the books. We were without our one member, Shoe Shock. We'll hope to have him and get his opinions here. But feels good to make these major predictions in. And good luck to you guys in the Farmers Insurance Open. We'll catch you next week. That's all from the Pitch and Putt Podcast.
Cheers, boys.